Hello, my fellow Americans. I'm Captain Dumbface, and this is my faithful sidekick, Token. Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show, reviews. I am Jen Thépuppét, your resident Fabricant and comment extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And today we're going to be reviewing the second episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, coming to you on Disney+. So, was it good? Was it bad? And should you be watching? Stick around, because I have opinions. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Episode 2, entitled The Star Spangled Man. And, as you can imagine, it's all about, well, it's not all about, but it's much about John Walker, the newly appointed and newly announced Captain America, wielding the shield that Sam so foolishly gave up to the government. And surprisingly enough, you find out, hey, he's not a dick. Mostly, which is in contrast to the sort of person he was when you first see him in the comics. So what we're seeing here is that the MCU is kind of veering off in its own little way. And it's humanizing John Walker and his sidekick, if you will, called Battlestar. But before I'm getting ahead of myself. We see John Walker and we see him going out and doing press tours and everything. But at some point, he's actually going to have to get out there and kick ass. At the same time, Falcon's got work to do. And he's heading off to see about these flag smashers. And Bucky wants to tag along. Hey, who doesn't want to? And from there, we descend into, I don't even want to say descend, we get treated to some of the most fun buddy cop banter and interaction I've seen in a long time. I was watching this whole episode just with a smile of pure glee of the hilarious interaction between Bucky and Falcon. You know what? These guys don't seem to like each other. And I can't imagine why, because their interaction is just so hilarious. It's so fun and funny. And at the same time, they've gone to war together. And so they got each other's back. So they go out looking for the flag smashers and realize, oh, these guys got superpowers. What the fuck? What the fuck? So, and then there proceeds to be a really awesome on-the-road action sequence that involves superpowered people beating the crap out of our heroes. And then we get to see the actual new Captain America, John Walker, and his trusty sidekick Battlestar in action. And you know what? It's a pretty damn good action scene. It's pretty wonderful, actually. A lot of fun stuff, a lot of obvious CGI, but still, Sam gets in, Bucky gets it in. Hell, even the new Captain America, the new Battlestar, they get it in. It's pretty fun stuff. And you get to see, well, one thing that I really enjoyed about this is John Walker, he's not a pushover or a joke. Dude can throw that, I was surprised, he can throw that damn shield for real, and he throws it like Cap. Surprised, but also really gratifying to see he's not a joke. He's going to actually be a factor in this whole show. Good to know. One thing I do, I'm not going to lie, I spent the whole episode going like, just calling him Captain Dumbface. He just looks not Cap. It's weird. It doesn't seem big enough to be Cap. Just, I don't know. I'm not convinced of his as being Captain America being correct. It's just like he's just a store brand version of Captain America, and Battlestar is like an off-brand Falcon. No good. And we just kind of see like that what he does have is he has the confidence. At least he projects the confidence to be Cap. That's good. He wants to work with Falcon and Winter Soldier, but he wants them to take a back seat. And as that don't rub the right way to people who don't even think you need to be Captain America in the first damn place. So that said, he does come to the rescue later, but it's pretty clear that it's not going to be them working together. It's going to be them in a race to see who can beat the bad guys first. Should be interesting. But it's pretty clear. John Walker, he's not a joke. Neither is Battlestar. And they have the might of the U.S. government behind them. So it could get hairy. I thought it was interesting that Bucky, Bucky's past and the things he knows comes into play here. For instance, we learn that he knows about, that Hydra, had their own super soldier thing, and he had, through Hydra, knew about another super soldier. So they reveal something that they never even explain, and that Steve Rogers never even knew in the comics, that there was a black Captain America. Maybe he didn't call him Captain America. He was a super soldier. You don't know this from the comics, but he had the super soldier serum, a version of it. He was using a guy named Isaiah Bradley, and Bucky knows about this because of his past, where he was nearly killed by Isaiah Bradley in Vietnam. But Isaiah Bradley had been a military asset since before Captain America, because he has a version of the super soldier serum. But he's an old man. It's years later. He's an old man. He still got the power and everything like that. But we find out that he, at one time, he at one time was the guy that they sent in, but very quietly, because he's black. That's the thing. He when he came back, and he spent 30 years in jail and being experimented on and all this. So what's kind of amazing about this show is that it's a Disney and Marvel show, and it's tackling some pretty strong stuff related to race and racism, etc. Because what happened to Isaiah Bradley, he was the guinea pig and Steve Rogers was the actual, project. It echoes actual, things in the past. The fact that he was made to be a guinea pig. When it was successful, they used him as a member of the army to go in and kick ass and take names in the name of Uncle Sam. But they never gave him a name or anything like that. He was never paraded around like Steve Rogers, blonde-haired, blue-eyed Steve Rogers. He was never paraded around. He was never, he wasn't Captain America, even though he had the same power and everything, because of his skin color. And when his usefulness was done, he was in prison and experimented on. And this is a reflection of, again, some historical things that happened. I'm just surprised that how hard they decided to lean into this. That Kevin Feige and Victoria Alonso and Louis D'Esposito, and let's just call it, Disney is willing to wade into these waters. It's pretty fucking amazing. Just let me tell you what, other if HBO does it, okay, I get it, it's HBO. This is Disney. It's pretty amazing. And they double down on it. They're in Baltimore. Bucky and Falcon are, they get kicked out of Isaiah Bradley's house and are arguing in the streets with each other. Not loudly, just, and the police come out and they immediately assume Falcon is the aggressor and needs to be, run down on, and Bucky is the guy that's being harassed. I cannot believe this. The fact that they're leaning that they are willing to go there narratively is just so interesting. The fact that, Falcon forgets himself. He's in this show so far 2 times. It feels like they're trying to remind you, like, yeah, you're a black American man, because, he can't get a loan, even though he's an Avenger. And the police only back off. It looked like they want to pull a gun on him until they realize, oh, that's the, Sam Wilson, that's the Falcon. Oh, so now he's one of those we don't have to pull guns on. And then Bucky, he gets arrested for basically violating parole, and they apologize and they treat I again cannot believe that that's what they're doing. They're going there with this, and it's some people may be subtle too, but to me it shouts out like that they're not shying away from this. Why? I can't. It's amazing. It's really kind of amazing to me. I just didn't think I'd see safe Disney doing such thing. So anyway, I don't want to belabor that too much more. There's a lot more fun stuff in here. The couples therapy bit, I loved it. Everything good about this show is Sam and Bucky just having their odd couple love-hate relationship. The whole couples therapy soul gating thing. Jeff's kiss. It's so good. It's such fun. I noted the whole Flag Smashers, kind of seeing them more close up. They're not just people in masks, and seeing what they're all about. It's so weird to see people on Earth who actually these guys they're the kids, they're the children of Thanos. Let's just call it what it is. They think Thanos was right because they lived for 5 years in Thanos' dream world, and they like what they had. It's interesting to see them. There actually are people who thought Thanos was on point. And also, it's great the way they are going into Marvel lore. They pull out the Power Broker. The Power Broker is a thing in there. The Power Broker is a guy in Marvel Comics who, literally, if you pay him enough money, he'll make you a superhero or supervillain. It's, of course, somebody should exist like that. Why shouldn't there be somebody that exists like that if there are superheroes? I'm just glad that they're deep cutting these things. It's pretty great. So, overall, I fucking love this episode. This is good TV. This is what I want. If this was a movie, this is the part of the movie that really is starting to kick everything in overdrive, makes you be like, yeah, I want to see the end of this movie. So much humor and character and all this other stuff. Everything they pull in here is just done beautifully. Even the cliche bits and everything. I love it. I love it all. This is the stuff that I wanted. So highly recommend this episode. You ought to be watching. It's 2 out of 6. It's a great episode. We should all be watching this. So get out there and watch it if you haven't watched it, and stick with this show. It's going to be awesome. So anyway, that's my review of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Episode 2, The Star Spangled Man. So what did you guys think about this episode, and what did you think about my review? Why don't you get down there in the comments, let me know what you think. Or, of course, you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com, or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. Let's chop it up about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So much to talk about. So excited about this show. And if you're not subscribed, Matt, what are you doing? Get down there and hit that subscribe button. Join the Super Not Funny Show family. We'd appreciate it. I'd like to have you here. Also, hit that notification bell so you will know when the Super Not Funny Show drops more content, and we do that every week. Reactions, reviews, and anything else that floats our pop culture boat. All right, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, thanks for joining me for this review of The Falcon and Winter Soldier. Come back next week for the 3rd episode. In the meantime, I've been Jen Thépuppét, your resident Fabricant and commenter extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace!